Hello, Professor. Our project is on an awareness study on effects of nicotine e-cigars on humans, presented by Group 4. A few reasons why nicotine e-cigarettes have become popular are the perceived harm reduction. People think that they are less harmful than the regular traditional cigarettes, although this topic is poorly understood and it has to be widely studied. Convenience. E-cigarettes can be used indoors and they are easy to carry. Availability of flavors. There are wide range of flavors available in e-cigars. There are many variations which are available in the market. And cost variation also ranges very widely. E-cigars can be less expensive than the traditional cigars in the long run, while each cigarette costs up to 75 cents for only 6 puff, but e-cigarette cost uh, 2 to 1 cent for each puff. However, it is important to note that e-cigarettes still contain nicotine, which is highly addictive and can harm the developing brains of teens and young adults. Additionally, e-cigarette use has been linked to a number of serious health problems, including lung damage and nicotine poisoning. The negative health effects caused by e-cigarettes or lung damage. E-cigarettes use has been linked to the condition known as vaping associated lung damage. Addiction. E-cigarettes contain nicotine, which is a main ingredient, uh, which which causes the addiction in the general population and also causes the brain damage in teens and young adults. Uh, and it also causes increased heart rate and blood pressure. Nicotine can increase heart rate, blood pressure, which can increase the risk of heart attack and stroke. This also cause pregnant women who use e-cigarettes are increased risk of having a baby with birth defects or a low birth weight. Uh, E-cigarette liquids can be toxic if ingested or applied on the skin. Uh, s- some of the next is pursued by data collection, which is continued by Uday Teja.
Thank you, Shivsai. Hello, Professor. This is Uday Teja. I would like to discuss about how we collect data. Initially, we collected data through Google Forms, and we created a Google questionnaire in a Google Sheet. We included 14 questions like name, age, gender, smoking, addiction, and side effects, etc. After that, we sent this questionnaire through WhatsApp. Social media helped a lot to gather data, and at last we got like 118 responses. Then we extracted results through Excel, and we plotted graphs like scatter and pie charts, etc. And thank you. And now my friend Manikanta is going to explain about the results.
Yeah. Hi, Professor. This is Manikanda Reddy. I'm going to explain about calculation part and distribution of age. In this summary, main consumption is between 18 to 40 is the highest uh, consumption rate in e-cigarettes. Distribution of sex. In this distribution of health, male is 67 and female is 48. Prefer not to say is two members. Distribution of weight. In this distribution of weight chart, 35 to 45 weight cages of weight, 8 members, and 27 members is 46 to 55, and highest highest member uh, highest members is 30, 56 to 65, weight between 56 to 65, and 12 members is 76 to 85. Prevalence of smoking is cigarettes. And we raise the question is, do you smoke e-cigar? Say 42 members is yes and 74 is no. Smoking range. Chronic smoking range is chronic is 1 and daily users is 11 members and never smoke is 96 members in highest. And next will be continue my friend.
Uh, Hello, Professor. Hello, all. Hello, my groupmates. Now, I'm going to take the session from my friend Manikanta. Thank you, Manikanta. Now, I'm going to continue the session, and the next question in the questionnaire is the awareness on the addiction. So, usually, while taking these e-cigars, which mainly contains the nicotine, and people got addicted to those, and they cannot even get out of those. So, in those conditions, we do have a question like awareness on addiction. So the results are pointed in a graph, which the peak point states most of the people. The question is, do you think e-cigar causes an addiction? And most of the people said yes. 95 individuals said yes, and the 22 individuals said no, and that was the graph. Next slide. So the next question goes very interestingly, do you want to quit the smoking? And most of the people, they said yes. 74% of the people said yes, whereas 26% they said no. While coming to the next question, what are the awareness on the side effects? Do you know the effects of e-cigars which contain the nicotine? And the most of the individuals, they said 85% of the individuals said yes, and whereas 15% of the individuals said no, they don't know about these. So what are the next question goes awareness of the effects of e-cigars. So usually when the people or individuals take that these cigars which contain the nicotine, they used to have some of the effects on their CNS, central nervous system, and the cardio and all the body parts, all the systems are disturbed. So in that case, the question is, are the cigars harmful to the health? Most of the people, and maximum 95% of the people said yes, whereas 7 individuals said no. You can see the graph pointed on there. Next question. So what are the different side effects that cause of using the e-cigar or vapes? So the question is quite interesting. Most of the people that you see the graph, it usually goes in a linear way. Most of the people say the sleeping disorders or sickness next to the dizziness, increase the CNS effects, sleeping problems, and headache. These are the most common things which are the effects. And have the next one is have you ever quit smoking? The graph shows in a different way, like it shows in a descending order. Like most of the people said yes, most of the people 47 individuals say yes, whereas 33 individuals said no, followed by yeah, maybe no, maybe 8, and no, yes, maybe 2, yes, no, 3. So out of all, most of the people said yes, they want to quit smoking due to the side effects. So the next one goes, do you think smoking cause heart disease and lung disease? Yeah, very quite interesting question. So when you take the e-cigarettes or vapes, they directly affects on your central nervous system and your heart and as well as your lungs. So they affect your bronchioles or bronchioli. So the question is, do you think the smoking causes the heart? Oh, go slow. Yeah. Do you think the smoking causes heart diseases or the lung diseases? And 98% of the people said yes, whereas two individuals, just less than 2% said no. Next question. Yeah, what are the withdrawal symptoms? That's quite interesting and very useful information. Thank you so much, guys, for this. So the question is, what are the withdrawal symptoms of the V-cigars or the vapes? Have you ever faced? So that's why, and for that, the withdrawal symptoms are usually like headache, which is followed by the loss of consciousness, like loss of I'm not sure, pretty sure. And the next one is irritability, which is followed by the depression, and then the last one is loss of sometimes loss of even the neurosenses. And now the conclusion is carried out by my friend Manisha. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, Ashok. Hello, Professor. So before going to the conclusion, I want to discuss about some of the vaping facts about e-cigar. So many vapes contains nicotine and making them addictive. So vapes contains the same harmful chemicals found in the cleaning products like nail polish remover, weed killer, and bug spray, etc. So vapes can leave young people at increased risk of depression and anxiety. So the nicotine in one vape equal to 50 cigarettes. So here you can find one vape equal to 50 cigarettes. Depending upon the size of the vape and nicotine strength, it can be much higher. So, and people who vape are three times as likely to take up smoking cigarettes. Vaporizol is not a vapor, not water vapor. It is not water vapor. So vaping has been linked to the lung disease. And while coming to the conclusion, nicotine addiction. So nicotine is highly addictive substance containing cigarettes containing varying levels of nicotine. This means that who use cigarettes, e-cigarettes, uh, or at risk of becoming more addictive to the traditional cigarettes have only 5 to 8 puffs, whereas e-cigarettes have in 7,000 to 10,000 700 to 10,000 puffs. So health effects. So while e-cigarettes are often marketed as while are marketed as a safer alternative to traditional cigarettes, they still contain the harmful chemicals and have not been fully studied or their long-term effects on the human health. Some of the potential health effects of e-cigarettes include respiratory problems, heart disease, and nicotine toxicity in our survey. Most of the population was majorly affected by headache, loss of appetite, and depression. And although only 38% of our surveyed smokes, but 98% of them known but about the side effects. So, overall, the conclusion of a survey on the effect of nicotine e cigarettes on humans would highlight the need for further research and regulation to ensure that people are fully informed of the risks associated with using these products and to minimize the potential harm they are may cause. So, here we provided for references for further review. So here you can see our references. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.